have AIDS virus but doesn't show signs and therefore becomes a silent infector. This one, apparently, what I've been briefed, which makes it easier to fight, is that you only become infective when the signs have started coming. Oba kyekyo akawuka tukamaze. We can manage this kawuka. This one is not. Because, so therefore, you hear we are talking about vaccine. We even have a vaccine for this one. We have for the Zaire, but this one also we can vaccinate for, either using the Zaire one or this new one which they are developing. But even without vaccination, if we observe hygiene, like for instance, me when I'm in the public, these days we no longer shake hands. So stop shaking hands. Stop shaking hands. Just you know, when this Ebola had broken up in West Africa, here me, you know how I do things. No shaking of hands, no what? Here. I went to attend OAU meeting in Equatorial Guinea. Ooh, people were just hugging. Banang, ngamfude banang. And Ebola killed people in West Africa because of that carelessness. So, no shaking of hands, just jambo. Kubira ka jambo. Now, because although it is not as aggressive as it is aggressive, but doesn't spread easily. But they say that if I put fluids on the table here, the virus can stay there for 5 days. There, when the table is dry, it's not even wet. 5 days. Okwogera, the Nyankore word for Okwogera is ambush. When it is in ambush, it is the virus on a dry surface. If it is a wet surface, it says I don't know how many, much longer. How many? If it is a wet surface, 2 weeks. So therefore, we should have tactics. In 1959, when I joined Mbara High School, well, I had been baptized when I was young, 1947, when my father and my mother came from the other religion, and they joined this one. I accompanied them. I was already born, but I accompanied them and I got baptized. But in 1959, they said, you must be confirmed. By that time I was 14, 15 there. I was going to middle school. Now we had a reverend who was a very clever man. Later on he became a bishop. Bishop Eustace Rihindi. And he taught us that for the communion, you should put your left hand This is the one you do like this. So that the bishop puts the bread on the left, because the left doesn't do things, doesn't touch, doesn't greet, doesn't what. It is cleaner. From that time, my left hand is for myself. My right hand is for the republic. Even now when we are not greeting, but you can say I'm touching using my right hand. But this one, for private use. So, don't touch the soft parts of your body, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, unless you have washed. The minister here can tell us the washing. Washing, what do we do with washing? Washing how? Or you can ask one of your people, if you, I don't know why you want to handle it. Because the washing, avoid touching your soft parts, don't touch your eyes, don't touch your mouth, don't touch your nose with hands which are not washed. For me, I have my left hand, which is dedicated for myself. This one, I gave it, it's now 60 years, 63 years since I surrendered it to the Republic. But of course I need to wash. So how do I clean this Republic hand? How do I clean it to make sure it is? You help us. With what? Because for the corona, we are sure that the alcohol, that even soap, ordinary soap can handle it. But this one here, you help us.
We wash with soap and water because viruses are weak and easily denatured by soap. We also use the alcohol sanitizers that we have been using for COVID. They also denature the virus very quickly, except for surfaces, because the surfaces are wide like tables, beds, floors. That's where we use the chlorine solutions to wash the areas.
No, if we just you the person, you are not going to get into offices and you start chlorinating their desks. Me and wananchi, when I come to the office and I touch this, I can't force people to chlorinate.
We use soap and water. We use soap and water.
Because I want to, we the wananchi want to do things which are under our control. I may not clean offices and the desks or door handles. That is for the office people to do. But me, as a mwananchi, the way I can be safe is to wash with soap and water, and also to use these sanitizers, the ones we have been using against corona. Are you all agreed with the doctors?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Mwenamuli wamu. Very good. So, therefore, please, this enemy we can fight. Number one, doesn't go through the air. So therefore, church, taxi, nightclub, I don't know nightclub where you?
Yes.
all those, there is no danger. But the danger, secondly, the virus doesn't go through the hard part of the skin. It only goes through the soft parts. And the soft parts are what? The mouth, the nose, the eyes. And then the private parts, if you engage in sex and so on. So, but the virus doesn't die immediately, it stays. The virus stays either on the surface for 5 days, or if it is a soft, a wet place, it can stay even for 14 days. So therefore, the big battle, the big weapon we have is washing your hands and not touching yourself, touching your soft parts without washing your hands first. But if the washing of hands kills the virus with soap and with sanitizers, akawuka tukamaze. Now I don't know whether the minister has something to add on to this one.
Excellency, you have explained very well. Maybe to also allay anxiety of our health workers, because some health workers are infected. We want to appreciate the work that they are doing, but also reassure them that they will be taken care of and given the necessary supportive care and treatment, so that we ensure that we don't lose them. But also to continue to encourage them that we can control this epidemic and save Ugandans.
Yes, the health workers, but gloves, when they're handling these people, even if it's a normal case, even if you are not suspecting, anything serious, if you use the normal gloves when you are examining, are you not protected against this type of thing?
You are protected.
Yes. Yes. So routine for the health workers, it's not a good idea, even for normal things, to touch a patient with your bare hands. With your bare hands. I'm sure if they always have gloves, this type of, especially for this one, which is contact, not corona, which you go through breathing. But if you add, because you remember for corona we were having face shields and masks. So if you can protect yourself against corona, which is more dangerous, it is much easier to protect against this one, in my opinion. I'm using my experience as a general to how to fight an enemy. Because if I protect my face and my mouth and my hands against corona, because corona is the extreme enemy. Why? Because it goes through breathing. Now, surely it's much easier to, because even with AIDS, you remember people examining AIDS patients with gloves, and there will be no problem. We had few of our people infected at the beginning. For instance, I know one of our supporters who was a medical worker. She was a midwife, and she got infected with AIDS because of delivering other women. But since we knew that, I don't think we have any more of those cases. So the health workers, they should be issued with gloves, with the no, you don't have to put the whole suit to cover your, I don't think here you need to cover the whole body for this one here, this Ebola. I don't know, do you have to? If you are in normal, if you,
for the normal routine patient care, no. Only your gloves and an apron are good enough.
And the mask for anti-corona?
Yes. But when you are in the isolation treating the sick Ebola patients,
yes,
that's when you cover wholly and completely.
But here you are, yes. Okay, so now on the, do you have anything to add on Ebola?
Excellency, you have explained everything.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You people, do you have anything to add? Very good. So now, I just want to mention Myoga. Today I was having a meeting with Minister Kasoro and the Myoga mobilizers, my mobilizers. They are doing a wonderful job, because you remember our strategy to get all our people out of poverty has got 3 layers or levels. Level 1, in fact 4. You first get foreign investors who come with their own money, and they do things, they build factories, they do what? We call that FDI, foreign direct investment. Secondly, we have some of our own big people here, investors, our Ugandans. We tell those, you go to UDB. UDB, there is soft money there, where you can get a loan at 12% or less. And then now, we have insisted on PDM, Parish Development Model. And there we are sending money, 100 million per parish in the whole of Uganda. And there, you form circles. By the people who are doing the activities, mainly the farmers. You make your circle, and the government send the money to the circle, not to anybody else. To the circle, which is comprised of farmers themselves. There is a parish development model committee chaired by the LC2, but that one is to monitor and supervise, but not to handle the money, not to decide who gets first and who gets last. No. Just to monitor and be sure that the money is not being stolen or being diverted or being put in other things. That's all. So that is the third level. First level, FDI, foreign direct investment. Second level, abagagga, rich people who can go to the UDB. Third level, PDM, the circles. Fourth level are the myoga. The myoga are at the constituency, and quite a number of them are in non-agricultural activities. Tailoring, carpentry, metal work, mechanics, like that. Now, according to Kasoro, it's now doing very well. About 4-point-something million have joined. They're already involved. They were supposed to give me some facts about how these are performing individually. But they are going to have an exhibition in November, so we shall give you the facts. But I want to encourage you, I want to thank the mobilizers. They have done a good job. They were telling me now that they have got a saving of 76 billion shillings. These are Myoga people, 76 billion. And we have been giving them money. Each circle at the constituency, we have been giving them 30 million. They got it, each circle, and there are 18 of them. So you get one, each constituency getting more than 500 million at the constituency level. So therefore, I want to encourage the Ugandans to know that some of our people are moving, but I would like everybody to move. Go somewhere in the 4 sectors. Bishop Senabulia, one of my elder brothers, the bishop in Mityana, told me that sector means a kabondo. Bondo bulibuna. Commercial agriculture, industry, services and ICT. Now, for the PDM, we have already sent you some money. I don't know how much has come. We shall get time to talk specifically about that. I'm just now mentioning. The money is being sent to the circles. Bananyini Kawefube, Nanyini Mirimo. The farmers who are in the circle. These are the ones we are sending money to their account. But as we were shifting, because you remember this money was being used by NADS to buy seedlings and materials and give them to Operation Wealth Creation, to Kuzigaba, to give them to the people they select. But it worked. It worked quite well. That's how coffee production has gone from 3 million bags to now 8 million bags. So it worked. But complaints were beginning to come. Because our sirikale, our soldiers, were the ones now deciding to give this one, to give the other one. Now, the people started saying, bega bera boka. They are giving to their friends or give them to themselves. And the NADS were the ones procuring, they were the ones buying NADs. Oh, bagula bifu, they buy us bad quality. So that's why we said, okay, now you who want medicine, if you think the nurses are not giving you the medicine properly, here is the medicine, these are the instructions. You give, treat, follow the instructions and handle yourselves directly. That's why we give them the money. You do the things yourselves now. We have given you this money, 100 million per parish each year. Next year we shall add another 1 million, another 100 million. So in the 4 years of this Sanja, the parish will get 400 million or 400 million. Now, and also save and add on. This is your bank. In Ontobo, this is a nucleus. This is a nucleus. In Ontobo Mutanikirao, and save and have more money, which you can use to borrow yourselves. This is your bank. Instead of going to the money lenders, what have you now? You are lend yourselves now. NRM ebalamide, ebalamide nti bamwananchi babulumuluka. NRM ebalamide million 10 times 5 in Exanja, that is 500 million. Atenamwe mongereze kwezamu. Then you have your own bank. This is what we are telling you. But now, so that one is moving. It's moving. They are sending money. They may not have sent the whole 100 million because they were trying to control inflation, but it will be sent by the end of the financial year. Zona zigenda kugwayo. But now, when we shifted from the method of NADs buying from nursery owners, giving it to Operation Wealth Creation, to Kugaba, when we shifted, some of our people had planted seedlings because they already used that system to make seedlings. Then you sell them to NADs or to there's UCDA, Uganda Coffee Development something, and then UCDA, then Operation Wealth Creation would distribute. So when we changed, some of our farmers have their seedlings. They are now crying. Let me give it to the Prime Minister to handle. Or the way we shall see how to help. We are seeing how to help them.
Thanks so much, Your Excellency, for giving me this opportunity. Your Excellency, like you guided in Cabinet, we came up with an implementation strategy to see that our farmers don't lose on time because the rainy season is almost ending. So we agreed that the farmers be identified in Cabinet, the farmers be identified by PDM circles and parish development committees, and be supervised on the supervision of the sub-county extension workers. And we are saying let these farmers be identified by 3rd of October. Now, they should be those that I identified should be brought to UCDA by 5th of October this year. Then after that, UCDA will start the procurement process through the regional officers, and that should be by 12th October this year. Then by 15th, the identified suppliers, those are the nursery operators, should deliver the seedlings to the parishes where they will give to the farmers who were identified. The reason the farmers are being identified first is for us to ascertain the quantities that we need to buy. And thereafter, they will be delivered to the parishes. Then the parishes, of course, will be supervised by the parish development committees, the circles, and the distribution will be at parish level. And then farmers will go and plant. But they are going to give farmers who are ready, who have farms which are ready, who have dug holes, which the holes are supposed to be 2 feet deep and 2 feet wide. Your Excellency, after this, like we agreed in cabinet, this season, next season, money will go to PDM circles, which circles will buy coffee like we have said themselves. That is the roadmap in brief.
Yes, the money has already gone to the circles, that one will continue. So this one of the seeds, which were already in the garden, is an additional program. It does not replace the other one.
Yes.
Kuongereza. It is additional.
Nyongeza.
The money has already gone to the circles and will go until the full amount is finished. So they can also do their own procurement, the circles. This one we are doing in order not to allow for our people who had planted seedlings under the old system of NADS not to lose, and for these seedlings not to go to waste. So that's what the Prime Minister is talking about. That number one, the 2 committees in the parish, the committee of the circles and the committee of the Muruka, sit together and identify farmers who are ready. The farmers who are ready are the ones who have dug holes. They have the holes. The holes are 2 feet wide, 2 feet deep for coffee. And then once we know the number, then they tell us. They tell UCDA. They tell somebody. UCDA or what?
Your Excellency, we have extension workers at sub-county who will give that information to the district production office. Extension workers.
Extension workers?
Yes, at sub-county level. Then the extension worker will transmit this information to the district production officer, who will sit together with Operation Wealth Creation and send that information to UCDA and Ministry of Agriculture.
Okay. So now finally, recently when you are having, when Europeans started fighting among themselves, and then here people because Africa had forgotten what is required. People started crying for food. That Ukraine is fighting, Russia is fighting, no food. But this is Africa, not Russia. Why do you? So you remember when this one came up, I said, but you people, if there is no bread from Ukraine, why don't you eat muhogo? Me, I eat muhogo. I don't eat bread. I don't know when I last ate bread. It must be like 15 years ago. The last time I ate rice was in Dar es Salaam, 1979. No, 1978, because me, I left 1978 to fight. I never went back. Siri mcheli, siri muyindi. I don't eat bread. I'm not a European. You know me. Ndiwante nedirante ndiwa wano. So I told you, I told my heritage. Nabagamba tibananga. Okukabira emigati y'abazungu. Mwandigyesonyiye nemulya kamuogo kamwe. N'akalo numuteekako n'akalo. Ate ebirungi nno bananga. So they laughed at me. I saw monitor banange Katonda jali. They were laughing, oh, Museveni, cassava, Mogo. How can he talk about Mogo? We modern people, we eat bread. Okay. Mugende nze sibalimu, nze sirya Mogo. Sirya nani? Migati. So now you guys are also quite clever. Some of my children who are somewhere in the US, when they went to the supermarket, they found Mogo there. Mogo. Inabana bange bajingurira America, where many of some of these people want to be. They think that if you go to, instead of going to heaven, you go to America. Zinjagala genda mugulu kyensubira. Now, this my children bought from the supermarket in America. Now, what is amazing is that I'm trying to see where the price is. Yeah, but where is it now? Is it printed here? Huh? This one here is 430 grams, which means it is less than half a kilo. Because a kilo is 1,000 grams. This one is 430. But it is $16. Baali baseka. Mujukira waliwo omuntu waffe gwe weta baali baseka. Waliwo munauganda munaffe bamwita baali baseka. So it means now a kilo is $32. A kilo of this of maize flour. Sinasoma wano kumanya bye bakozesa, what they use it for. Olaba nabo ebyange byonna babitegedde. A gluten-free single ingredient uliriza no bannange. Naye Katonda yenenemu yakwatagana dda na Katonda. 430 grams. 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 430 kubanga tugenda nitukola ebintu ffe tuli wano tukola ebyaffe wano n'ebyo tukola Katonda yabiwandako dda eddusu. Now here you people, a gluten-free single ingredient, tonda kukwata kino kukwata kya single ingredient, whole food, bayita paleo flour, I don't know paleo oba kiki ekyo. Game changing multi-purpose flour with the taste and texture of wheat. Wheat jemulwanira jemukayanira omuzungu wano agambye bannange sinza ayogedde wano nze byange nabibagamba dda kati wano akakasa nti bw'oba olya eringa eyo ngano yamwe gyemulya ate terinamu gluten kubanga engano yo the ngano has got gluten. This baking revolution is sure to please even your pickiest eaters. It is also top 8 allergen free. It's free of allergy. So everyone can enjoy without worry. We hope it changes your life like it has ours. Bana bawereza obujulizi. They are now telling you how to make the bread from this one. Byonna biri wano. They are teaching you how to make the bread. Whisk together the flour and salt. Add oil and warm water and knead. Knead is to knead until dough is nice and smooth. Dough should not be dry or too wet and sticky. Divide into 6. They are training you how to make the mugati, but mugati of cassava. So I thought I should come and share with you these few things, and for the tourist sector, please tell everybody to stop panicking. This is very easy to stop. I think it has already been contained, because when I was reading the spread, you remember the other. Get me the other one of the distribution, where the cases have been reported. So on page 3, you can see they are all just in Niambende. They are all these cases. Madudu, they are all main Mbende, Chejega, which is nearby, 3, Kasanda 3. All these are really together. So it shows you that this panic, I'm very highly sensitive. So if there was a danger, I would be the first tukubasiba mwenna temugenda mu baara but this time I am relaxed, and even before we came in, you can see the cases are just around one area. Mubende, a little bit of Mubende Kasanda, they are the same. You remember they are the same. And Chijego is Navingora. Navingora is 30 miles from Mubende town. This is just same area. So, there you are. If you had a map, you could show, somebody could, if they had a map, they would have shown. So somebody would say, oh, tourists don't move, mugenda kufiriza abandarabiye. You are going to make our people lose, think they should enjoy for no good reason. There's no. When there was Corona, I closed the airport. You remember I would have closed the airport. I would be the first to close the airport. But this one is very easy to stop. Thank you. I wish you good luck. Katonda awabere.